Why does it get harder to hold on to muscle once you hit your 40s? And why does it feel like your efforts are just not as efficient? Your muscle's not working as efficiently. We can't chalk that all up as just an age problem. It's something else, and most people never really hear the real explanation of the science behind it. I have known this since my health science and kinesiology university days, but I've had to get focused and dialed back in on the importance of it as life has been lifing on me. So before I get into it, if you're new here, I'm Ira. Every week on this channel, I'm going to break down the real science behind muscle, metabolism, and natural peptides. No hype, just what the research actually says and what's working for me. You are catching me as a work in progress, so hit subscribe if that's useful to you. And quick heads up, I'll talk to you about the natural, not synthetic peptide stack I'm using later in this video. If you want to try it, my link's in the description and it'll save you on your first order. Affiliates disclosure is down there too. Drop a comment if you've got questions. I'll read every one of them. I have 4 wonderful, amazing, hard kids. Kids are hard, but I'm a single dad of them pretty much 24/7. At the time of this recording, I am set to turn 50 in 217 days from now. Most mornings look like this. It requires me to get the workout in as the sun is coming up before the chaos of the 4 kids has taken over the house above me here. If I don't get it in first thing, it's pretty much not going to happen. But I'm determined to teach my kids that daddy's anchor holds. Like, these years, they have been trying for all of us. They've been hard. They've had a front row seat to watching everything as life as we know it kind of fall apart. So as we set sail after the storm, I am determined to not let defeat or bitterness or using phrase like it's too late to define me. I'm believing it's only just the beginning. It's time to heal. It's time to become the healthiest in all areas of my life as I move into my 50s as an example to my kids. And honestly, I'm honored you've listened this far. My promise is that we can get inspired and do this together, friend. So here's what's actually going on when muscle starts slipping in your 40s and your 50s. There's a term researchers use called ectopic fat. It basically means fat showing up somewhere it's not supposed to be. I know we can all kind of feel that one. And in this case, we're talking about fat that works its way into the muscle fibers itself. It's like not around it, actually inside the fibers. When that happens, the muscle doesn't contract the way it should, and it gets less efficient. And perhaps like me, you've felt that as your body shift. Here's what's surprising is you can look lean on the outside and still have this happening kind of underneath in the fiber. There's a term for it called sarcopenic obesity. It means skinny on the outside, but losing muscle and gaining fat on the inside. Personally, I know the stress and the shift to a desk job has contributing to this playing out in the muscles that I have built a foundation of in my fitness career. But then since 2019, when I took a desk job and life started to fall apart shortly after that when it came to the divorce and me becoming a single dad. So what we all need to hear is not this doom story about how we're doomed and our muscle is going to be gone and we're going to lose it. No, there is a way forward. We can take control of it. We can focus on the quality of muscle itself. If you take care of the quality of muscle in your body, the rest will take care of itself. So in particular, if you're a man like me, fat in the muscle shows up more as men get into the 40s and 50s just because of testosterone levels lowering. That decline in the testosterone, the body starts storing fat differently and the muscle gets hard to hold, even if you haven't changed anything about your routine. I didn't need to see the number on the lab reports. I did a DEXA scan. I felt it. And maybe you're just feeling the same way. Things just feel different. It doesn't feel like it once did. The sedentary job, the stress, the lack of focus on it. Instead of getting down on ourselves, sometimes we just need a little bit of grace over what our bodies have actually carried us through. Some gratitude for where we have made it to, and just this attitude that we're not going to be complacent, that we're going to do something about it, and it's important as we move forward. So what do we actually need to do? And what am I doing to move this back in the right direction. 3 things, and none of them are complicated. 1, resistance training, because moving muscle sends your body good signals, good peptides. And sitting still actually sends the opposite one, the bad ones that tell the body to deteriorate and take away the muscle because you're not using it. 2, protein, because muscle quite literally needs the raw materials to build. 3, the most underestimated one sometimes, sleep. We need the recovery, we need the sleep, we need the repair. That's when the actual work happens. So here's why, after research on peptides, I started using this M3 Breakthrough Stack for Make Wellness. It's 3 products working together with all that other stuff we just talked about. Fit, this peptide that is mixed in a drink and you drink it, non-injectable. It has been proven to help support muscle as well as to quiet down the signals to break down muscle when you're sedentary. Huge. Lean, which are 2 capsules you can take a day. Sometimes people will take a little bit more. It can help quiet that food noise as well as really help support your metabolism. And Restored, this was a sleeper hit for me. Didn't think I needed it because I thought I slept well, but holy frig, it just helps you get more deeper restorative sleep. Doesn't knock you out, not a sedative. It's about getting deeper, more restorative sleep. You can do all you want in the gym and you can try to eat well during the day, but if your sleep is not good, it will all fall apart and you just won't have the same results. So I plan to dive into more science and details and the differences between synthetic and natural peptides in future videos, so be sure to keep tuning in for those. Here's what's important, really. At the end of the day, peptides and this world of peptides that we're having seem like a magic solution, but they're not a replacement for good old habits, for training, for the protein, for the sleep. It's support that's underneath those things. The distinction matters to me, and I'll always be straight with you about it. Simply injecting a synthetic peptide with no direction, education, behavior modification is honestly scary. And personally, I like my peptides without the possible side effects. You're catching me mid-journey, and I'm not gonna stand here and tell you that I got this all figured out or everything is changing overnight. That ain't gonna happen. So the addition of the natural peptides, here's what shifted for me. The scale that was not budging is moving. My sleep scores are through the roof. I have nights where I actually sleep all the way through the night. And I'm actually experiencing that like workout high again. It gets me excited, where my workouts actually make me feel good. There was a point where my workouts were making me feel exhausted, and it was very hard to actually even enjoy them. And my teen son has also made some comments about, he's like, "Dad, your body must have muscle memory," because he saw a picture of me when I was younger. He said, "That's why your shoulders are looking really huge now that you've been going back to the gym." But here's the truth underlying all of this. My kids aren't paying attention to my body composition. They're paying attention to whether I show up, do what I say I'm going to do, and whether I got energy to actually play and connect and be present with them. And if I'm still standing at the end of a long week is something they take notice of. Putting my kids to bed at night with a sense of humor and fun, where their stuffies come alive and start talking to them, instead of the strung out dad who's barely holding it together as my muscle has kind of fallen apart. As I put my muscle back together, I feel my body and my ability to not lose my patience with them become a lot more sustainable, something I can do. And all of that right there is so much bigger than what we look like in the mirror. Don't get me wrong, I get it. I also am working towards actually being able to catch a glimpse of myself in the mirror and being proud of myself for the work and the health shifts showing up on the outside too. So I don't want to get down on you about those mirror goals. We need to anchor it to the why and the foundation, and then we can be a little bit more proud of what we see in the mirror when we get there. So no, muscle loss after 40 isn't really about the age. It's about what's happening underneath and whether you're giving your body what it needs to keep working with you instead of against you. Consistent resistance training, protein, rest, restoration, and sleep, and just some natural peptides to help it all to connect the dots. So I'd love to hear what's fueling you right now. And is it enough to carry you for the next 20 years? I know I'm anchored to something extremely important and valuable to me.